Hello nerds, welcome back to an episode of ANINA, your source for the music and music production news. We got some new plugins, free plugins, and drama to talk about today. Before we get started, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you're new here, trying to get to 100,000 by the end of the year. Will we do it? I don't know. I'm going to upload regardless, so make sure to turn on notifications. And tell your friends and log in on your grandma's computer and subscribe. In our first story, we have a new plugin from a fellow YouTuber known as Alice F. You guys may be familiar with her channel. This plugin is known as Scepter Pro and Scepter Lite. And as you may guess, Scepter Lite is free, Scepter Pro costs money. So this plugin is a spectrum analyzer with a ton of features in it. And I'm not gonna lie, it's a bit confusing. I'm quite confused by this plugin. Some of these features are in other analysis tools such as Insight, the one Noisia released. This is Scepter, the ultimate referencing and analysis workstation. So at first glance, it's just like any sort of analysis software, but there are quite a few features in here once you kind of dig into it. So if you end up messing with this and aren't confused, I'll be very surprised. This thing confused the shit out of me. I actually tested it a little bit. Didn't make it any clearer. I'm gonna be honest. I asked her some questions about it, and honestly, the answers I got were also very confusing. There's some basic stuff here, such as spectrum. I think that one's pretty self-explanatory. You can see the spectrum, the frequency spectrum. You can see the peaks. You can freeze it. You can change the speed. You can also measure it against other music. All pretty simple stuff that I've seen in a lot of other plugins. So the reference tool is definitely useful if you want to check the difference between your music and other music in terms of frequency. Now, this part looked the most interesting, but also the most confusing. So you can look at the envelope of your bass, waveform, phase, heat. Don't worry, I'm just as confused as you. Honestly though, that is nothing compared to weight. Weight is by far the most confusing part here to me. That. According to this though, it helps break down your sub weight, showing you where your bass energy sits, and you can instantly compare it against any reference. And it's got a pretty cool loudness tool, giving you 3 different colors for the bands. You can utilize genre targets and modular meters. So it basically has anything you could ask for. Features 0 milliseconds of latency, and there's 14 analysis modes. It works for Mac and Windows, VST3, AU, and standalone. There's also Scepter Lite, which is basically just the spectrum mode. Good news is it's free. And you also get 3 days to try out Scepter Pro. Hopefully you can figure out how the rest of it works in 3 days. To be fair, I only messed with this for like 15 minutes, so I definitely don't want to give any real hot takes on it. You know, it's hard to say how useful it is, but you know, if you're interested in this, if you're interested in a very in-depth analysis tool for your music, it'll be linked down in the description. In our next story, the Flying Lotus situation is crazy, man. No. Why? Flying Lotus, a goated producer responsible for a bit of Kendrick Lamar's T-Pab production, as well as some of, in my opinion, some of the greatest albums ever made, such as Cosmogramma. Definitely top 20 in my opinion. Really good producer. Actually, one of the reasons I started making music. He posted an AI visualizer and people are mad. People are really mad. There's so many tweets about this, dude. There's posts about it everywhere. Pretty sure it got deleted. Okay, unfortunately, I just found it. Unfortunately, I just found it. So Flying Lotus is releasing a new EP on March 6th. Named Big Mama. For me, it's just like, you know, whatever, it's corny or whatever. I mean, sometimes I use AI here and there too. Do I use it in my music though? Hell no. Do not use it in my music. Do I use it once in a while to look something up? Sure. Do I use it maybe for an asset here and there? Sure. But yeah, using it for like a whole video or like a whole song or something, that's where I'm just like, oh, it's so fucking lame, dude. I know some people are like, hey, you were critical of AI before. Those open beat and sampler videos, that was more so about the company lying and people peddling shit that's just fraud. Not saying I'm for AI. Not 100% against it either. Anyways, just want to clear up my stance here because I see some comments about it from time to time. Okay, so let's watch this. Okay, hold up. That just looked like shit. That don't even look like him. Oh my god, dude. Okay. This is that unfortunately worse than I thought it was. I have no idea what possessed him to use this, man. I don't know. Like, I understand if it's for something small, but this is something that you could have paid someone to do that would have probably, I mean, I would assume it would have done a better job. You could have gone a cartoonist or something to do something really amazing. Yeah, I don't know, bro. I'm guessing he kind of read the room because I couldn't find the post on his page anymore. Excited for the album still, but I don't know, man. That wasn't it for sure. I don't know what possesses people to drop a full AI video like that. I could understand maybe doing it creatively where it's just like, one thing here, you edit it a bunch or something. If you want to say like the environment aspect is something to get upset about, okay, I guess I can get behind that. But everything else is just like, to me, it's just lame. So for those of you that may or may not know, I'm actually not completely against utilizing AI 100% across the board. I'm against using it in music. I'm against using it for creating album art or videos. I've used it for creating an asset here and there in some of my Photoshop thumbnails. In fact, a lot of them lately. And some people have been pretty mad about that. And I'm just trying to get a temperature check here. How do you guys feel about that? Because I wouldn't have hired anyone to have done that anyways. It's just saving me like 30 minutes to an hour by not making a UI of a plugin being ripped in half. Do you know how hard that is to do manually? Anyways, just curious what you guys think about that. Is it a big deal? Because for those who don't know, I did the open beat and sampler videos exposing AI company of fraud. Now, the reason why I expose them is not just because they're an AI company. It was because of the fraud. But some people somehow mistook that as me being completely against AI. And I'm like 90% against AI, I would say. Mostly with music and art. Thumbnails, I don't know if I consider that art. I'm going to be honest. I don't know if I consider it art. But yeah, I don't know. Give me your thoughts on that, guys. That's something I'm really kind of trying to get a feel for here. Because I really didn't think people would care that much about me using it for a few assets on thumbnails. It turns out mini meters may have some competition. We have another analysis tool coming out soon. Let's check it out. You and Bristow here. That's the only analysis tool I need, man. Drop the link. Speaking of you and Bristow, though, we actually just got an update on the plugin I talked about in the last video. You may remember ANINA, the Soothe Killer. Yeah, I know. They didn't kill Soothe. I'm sorry. Bro, it's crazy out here competing with titles and thumbnails. I don't know what else to say, man. Because if I titled it what you guys want me to title it, it's going to get half the views, unfortunately. Sorry. I'm sorry to say it, man. I'm sorry to say it. I got bills to pay. Speaking of that, though, if you want to support the channel, I do have a Patreon, and there are affiliate links in the description. So anyways, ANINA has been updated. So let's take a look at some of the new features they've added. As you can see, some pretty cool stuff there. In and out added. Tilt EQ, free plugin, by the way. That'll be linked down in the description. In our next story, we have another free plugin. This one is by WA Production. Yeah, not my favorite company. Usually I call them whack-ass production. Maybe it's decent, though. Anyways, they're giving 10,000 free licenses away. I'd assume this is just going to be free forever. So they state this is a compressor with character. Normally it's $29.90. Kind of hilarious. On this website they write, if you're quick you can grab a free copy. Yeah, if you're quick, like if you're here in the next couple months, you might get a copy. You might get one of the 10,000 copies. Their stuff's okay. I mean, sometimes it's awful, sometimes it's okay. I've heard they have a few good things. I wouldn't know. They upload plugins the way BusyWorks Beats uploads videos. So it's a dynamics processor that blends traditional compression with adaptive saturation, featuring 5 different types of saturation. I'm dead. It says the interface is dark, which is pretty useful for late night mixing sessions. You can tell they're kind of running out of shit to write about it here. I feel like you could say that about almost any plugin on the planet. All right, there's your little demo there, as you can hear. saturation, and compression. Sounds okay. I don't know. It sounds like they're cranking the settings pretty high. I don't really have much else to say about it. Okay, in our last story here, we're going to cover the Benny the Butcher scam situation. This is actually not really news because apparently, allegedly, he's been doing scams for quite some time. So this is not even a new thing. But he's been promoting some sketchy ass shit on his Instagram story. Stuff like this: get paid to play games. Not gonna lie, I've been running it up off this app. They really pay you to play games on your phone. So if y'all trying to make more bread, go lock in with this. I know y'all always on your phone, so go get paid for it. If you're trying to make a real bag off this, though, make sure you play in daily and get upgrades on the games. Trust. Putting the link on my next story if y'all want to run it up. Okay, regardless of whether or not this website is an actual scam, everyone is saying it is a scam in the comments, and I can't access it because the story's gone. This is almost definitely like an ad. This is almost definitely like a undisclosed ad. 99.99999% sure it's an ad. Whether or not this is even a scam, it's an undisclosed ad regardless. Either way, be careful out there. That's the whole point. Be careful out there. That's my whole point of bringing this up. Be careful out there. People are doing sketchy shit. And he promotes it again. Once again. Acting like he made, I don't know, what is that, like fucking $10,000 or something off it. Oh my god, bro, this is some next level shit. Okay, I had to say something again because y'all been flooding my DMs, showing me all them cash outs from the game testing thing I posted. If you missed it, this app really pays you to play games on your phone. The key is sticking with it and playing a few games daily because the more you play, the more you make. Easy bag for real, so don't sleep on it. Link on my next story. Yeah, I'm sure people were flooding his DMs showing how much money they made. All right, guys. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new here, if you want to stay up to date to the music production news. Appreciate your support. If you want to take that support a bit further, consider joining my Patreon. There are perks on there. I also have affiliate links in the description, all great ways to support the content. I also put out a new song. I'll see you guys next time.